What's going on, everyone? Man, we about to go ahead and get into this topic of conversation with the New York Giants when they played against Denver Broncos on yesterday. Man, the New York Giants gave this game away. I'm going to be breaking it down. I'm going to be giving my comments in the comment sections, giving you some stats and things of that nature. But let's listen to what um, the New York Giants head coach had to say about that gruesome loss on yesterday.
Don't have much on the injury front. Haven't talked to the trainers yet. So good to get a win. Proud of the team. All of them.
When you look at Jaxson Dart, this is kind of a two-part question. Can you take us what you saw from him in that first drive of the game and then his overall game and leading you guys to that first win?
Yeah, I mean, that's his job as a quarterback, make good decisions. Convert, make the right choice. You know, wasn't perfect. Didn't expect it to be in his first game. But a tough opponent, you know. 3-0 team with a pretty good defense. Thought he made good decisions. Thought we ran the ball well. Thought we controlled the game for the most part. Had some turnovers on defense. But I think the young man played well within himself. Made a huge play when he needed to Theo on that third down play.
And this is the wrong post game. It was really a choke job by the head coach, Brian Daboll. And they are hiding us right here. It was an epic loss, man. Epic loss from epic proportion. Let me see something here. All right, so here we go right here.
Tough way to lose. All the way down to the end, 60 minutes, and made one more play than we did. A lot of plays that could have changed the outcome of that game, not just one.
Feel like you guys just put off the gas ball when you had this 19-point lead?
No.
Sorry you were asked this before already, Ryan, but you guys were pushed a shutout through 3 quarters. The 33 points all came before.
Yeah, they made some plays. Give them credit. So.
How much do you think the team, especially defensively, was kind of spent in the offseason day?
Yeah, 60-minute game. So, you know, it was It's not one play. It's not one position. It's not offense, defense. It's collectively. So,
When you get the ball, they get the ball back with 31 seconds left.
yeah.
It's very similar, usually similar to kind of Dallas.
Yeah.
You want to play more aggressively than you were seeing.
Yeah, well, we played man with 2 double robbers sitting right there in the middle part of the field, different than what we did at Dallas. It was man-to-man with 2 robbers, and they hit an in-cut, and then they hit the go over there on the left-hand side.
You were seeing, they showed you yelling and change direction at the end there.
Yeah.
What in specific?
Yeah. No, nothing.
Upsetting to you about the way it ended there?
We lost the game. That was upsetting.
What specifically were you upset with Shane in that moment? Because it was directed.
No. We lost the game.
Dart's interception, what did you see on that? Was there pressure that got to him on that interception before they took the lead?
He had a max protection look. Number of guys in protection, and they made a nice play.
What do you say to the guys after a tough loss like that? Like, that's a tough way to lose.
Yeah, just that.
You said tough way to lose.
He ain't got much to
Tough
say.
loss. Put their heart and soul into it. So, not a lot of talking that needs to be done when you lose a game like that. Everybody gave everything they had.
Is it hard for you to come to grips with the fact that this game, when you were up 19-0, 26-8 before, I think teams that were up 18 points with 6 minutes to go, something like 1,000 plus.
Yeah, it's tough to lose any game, but certainly this was a tough one.
Why is Jude having so much trouble on the PAT?
One of them, I think, the first one was the snap operation with it, and he missed the last one.
What did you think of that? Sorry, nobody asked. What did you think about Jaxson play overall in this, in this kind of environment, had that kind of success in his defense? I'd say about him, and how did you think he did?
Yeah, competitive guy, but just we didn't make enough plays.
The interception, obviously, though, was a big play. What did you see on that?
Got pressured, and the guy made a good play.
How much did losing a Debo and Holland affect what you guys are?
Yeah, well, make excuses. Everybody has injuries.
Hey, it seems like somebody who struggled with it when he got in your banks. You say anything to him after this, especially the play aside?
Yeah, we just lost a tough game. The guys gave everything they have. It's a tough way to lose.
So did you not change anything schematically in the fourth quarter and they lead defensively?
Yeah, we ran some plays we thought were good plays. Some plays that we ran earlier. We just didn't do enough to convert on some third downs. Look, it's not one play. It's not one side of the ball. It's collective.
This isn't just a one-game thing, though, with the Jaxson, where we've seen trouble locating the ball, giving up the plays, the penalties throughout the season, reared its head and got in for a deep one. Is this the point where you can trust in what you got there?
Yeah, everybody that's out there, we trust.
How much do you have to evaluate the kicking game coming out of this, going forward, saying, maybe we make a move there?
Yeah, we'll evaluate everything.
Listen, man. Listen. That was a huge loss. Huge loss. Do you see that stat I just put in the comment section? The Broncos scored all 33 of their points in the fourth quarter after being shut out the first 3 quarters. How in the hell you lose that game? There's no way you supposed to lose that game yesterday. Y'all was in the driver's seat. Run the football. Allow that clock to go down. Force the Denver Broncos to make timeouts. Use up all their timeouts. And before you know it, the game is over because the clock is running. Poor management from the quarterback, Jaxson Dart. Poor management from the head coach, making these silly plays. You cannot lose a game like that when you're in the driver's seat. You can't. It's inexcusable. And it seems to me that Brian Daboll, he took accountability of it, as he should. As he should. As he should.
Feel like you guys took the foot off the gas at all when you had?
And we already watched that. We're going to go into another post game. Here we go right here. Let's check it out.
The point where you can trust him when he's out there.
Yeah, everybody that's out there, we trust.
How much do you have to evaluate the kicking game coming out of this
And
going forward?
crucial,
Maybe we have to make
missed
a move
field
there.
goal by the
Yeah,
kickers,
we'll
by the
evaluate
way.
everything. Again, just come down to one play. There's a number of them.
Daniel, I know it's always tough when the team loses, but personally, it was your career high in receiving yardage for a game. You made the big touchdown catch early on, and were a significant part of this offense that had to at least spark you internally.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's tough to even think back because, my mind's just on, us not finishing the game. So, to be honest, that's just where my mind's at right now. But, we just got to find ways to win that game.
We've seen a lot of the double tight end sets these last couple of weeks. Sometimes they're in it, then they get out of it a little bit, but we saw a lot of it again today. What do you like about that, besides obviously getting more of a chance to play?
Yeah, I mean, it gives our offense versatility, allows us to get into a bigger package and run the ball as well as pass the ball, create some mismatches that we feel we're favorable in. And keep rolling as an offense like that, and we just got to keep growing it.
All right, we saw the interception that they got late in the fourth quarter, but then the Giants come back, and in the final 2 minutes, Jaxson Dart leads you guys into getting the lead again. Yeah. Could you tell me what that tells you about him? What was he like in the huddle on that drive? Yeah,
just resilient. The one word I can describe Jaxson as is resilient and a leader. He's feeling tough right now, but I think he played great, and we got to be there as a team to support him. But like you said, he played resilient, man, and he in that huddle, you wouldn't think he's a rookie. And the way he carries himself, he's a mature individual who's going to have a lot of success in this league. We just got to make sure we have his back.
Over the last couple of years, there's been a number of these really heartbreaking defeats. As someone who's been around a while, what do you tell some of the younger players about how you digest it and how you come back from it?
Yeah, ultimately, you can't change it. You want to go back and you want to maybe change one or two plays, but you can't. You can't do that in football. You can't do that in life. So we got to keep our head up. Know we got Philly in 6 days. Got to correct what we can correct and find ways to win these games.
I haven't had an image or anything on it, anything like that. So I'm not going to make any diagnosis. But
When you said what you had before, though, what did you have
before?
last time?
Yeah, I had sprained it. It was like whiplash in my knee.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So,
But you're not worried about anything long term in terms of they can do the initial testing to make sure everything's okay. That seems like it passes.
Nothing like structural or anything like that. I'm not worried about that.
What was it like? I've got to be like a little bit of a helpless feeling watching that in there. Like, obviously, you can help that. Defense looked like they were kind of spent there. You can help there. What was that like for you to watch that?
I mean, my role changes from being on the field to being on the sideline, trying to give them as much of my knowledge as I can. So I felt that I was doing that. I felt Dean went out there and did a hell of a job for the task that he had. I mean, he's a four-core special teamer, goes out there and steps up, making crucial tackles in the red zone, crucial checks. So there's a lot that the untrained eye doesn't see. That he was doing a phenomenal job out there. Him and Newman both communicating, trying to keep the lid on things. I commend both of them for that because it's a difficult job to do in such short notice.
How do you come together as a team after a loss like that? Because that one can be so deflating, and to push it aside and move on. How?
I mean, I think you just give it a day. You just give it a day, let it burn, let it simmer. You watch the tape and see what it really is, because it's never as bad as it seems, and it's never as good as it seems.
It's bad as it seems. It's
really,
bad.
If you stick together, that's the only way to go.
Oh, it's bad. It is bad. It's terrible. It's not as bad as it seems. Oh, it's bad.
Not sticking together isn't only going to result in a worse result. So you just stick together, and you figure out how you can be better the next week, and you just find things to improve on.
I missed vital points, vital times today. I'm not going to shy away from that. Look, the snap and hold was good. It's just my lack of execution on the kicks. So I'm not going to shy away from my mistakes and letting the team do it.
Was there anything with the turf when you plant food or anything?
Not at all. Look, I had a great week of practice. We practiced on grass, you know, had a great warm-ups. It's just one of those things, got to make mistakes once the opportunity comes, you know. So,
thank you.
Yeah.
Jim, I'm sorry if you were asked this already. Just what on the final PAT? What happened on it? Was it just?
Honestly, when it came off my foot, I thought it was good. You know, went for it, looked up and it was wide right. You know, I was as shocked as everyone else, you know, so I stopped my process, went for it, kicked down the target, and I pushed it right. So, yeah, it's on me. Yeah.
How about the first one?
First one, yeah. First one's on me as well.
Dang.
Yeah, gotta make the kicks.
Dang.
I'm not gonna shy away from that.
Dang. Bruh.
See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
Bruh. We got the receipts, bruh. The receipts. And the receipt says you missed several field goals, man. You can't do it. You can't do it, bruh.
Look, I'll take full responsibility. You know, and everybody in team
got no choice.
Got to make my cakes once it comes up. It's as simple as that.
Brian did say the operation wasn't great on one of them, though, and that kind of responsible for it.
Yeah, but I suppose even with that, I still should be able to get guys out of the hole. You know, like if the snap's not perfect, the hole's not perfect. Like, I'm a professional kicker. You know, I got to be able to make those, like pull those guys out of the hole when I need to. You know, so like Casey said, he said the snap was on him, but like, look, the ball was down. The laces were good. You know, I just got to make the play once it presents itself, you know. So, like I said again, I'm not going to shy away from making mistakes. Yeah.
You were on the field, obviously, a tremendous amount in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, that could have been a factor. That could have been a part, to be honest with you. We were getting used to being 3 and out, so we weren't tested when it came to the altitude. So when it started, you know, putting plays back to back and getting a drive, maybe that's why guys felt, you know, short-winded or whatever. But at the end of the day, we have guys and we have depth. So if you feel any type of winded, sub out. Let somebody else go 100%, whether you're going 60%. So I don't know if that was the case. I just know we didn't execute how we normally execute.
Nacho, you mentioned a couple minutes ago, you said currently that's our nature, and it sounded like Pat had been asking you about his human nature to kind of let up. And you said currently that's our nature. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm not worried about him. I'm worried about what we do.
Of course. How troubling is it that that is an issue?
I mean, it's one of the things. We got, you know, young guys. We got older guys depending on younger guys. So it's just a culture. Like y'all ask every time, we're trying to redefine our culture, our identity, and things like that. And that's one of the things, like not riding the wave too high, not riding the lows too low. You know what I'm saying? Like keep it stagnant throughout, expecting success, expecting to dominate, expecting those things. And sometimes, like early success can sometimes go to not only, you know, the teammates, my head, our head, but how you work through those things. How do you not just take that energy and just keep applying it? Don't just taking the ease off the, you know, gas. So it's one of the things.
What did you think you were the one in coverage on that first down play in that field goal drive? Excuse me. What do you see on the coverage?
Outside leverage, did a bender, just ran away. I just keep my eyes on my man. We're in man coverage. I just look back at the quarterback seconds sooner. It's just detailed execution. If we fixed those things up, it would be a whole different outcome.
You defensively, so much was going right through the first 3 quarters, and then in the fourth quarter, not as much. Is there a common thread as to why things didn't go the way you wanted to do down the stretch?
No, I think it just comes down to finishing. Like when you get down to that fourth quarter, when it's time to stand up and you need to stop, like we got to be better. I got to be better. It's one of those things. You just got to stand up and make a play.
It seemed like from the outset that fourth quarter guys started getting a little higher, whether it was the altitude, the elevation, things like that. I mean, did you feel that it was some guys were gassed? You guys were gassed on defense a bit there late?
I don't know. I don't remember. We just got finished.
Could
imagine that this defense had a shutout for 3 quarters and gave up 33 points in the fourth quarter?
No, I can't. It's crazy.
I mean, is it the kind of thing you just look around and say that should not happen?
It should not happen.
And do you have, other than the detailed execution, is there any other explanation on why it did happen?
I mean, that's how it is. When it gets down to stretching, it matters the most. Like, we got to stand up. We got to. Yeah, I did it. So, like, it's one of those things. You just got to be better. It's just, that's why this is a hard one. Like, you got them wrapped up. You just got to finish this type of games.
We always say it's a 4-quarter game, and we just didn't do enough to finish. I would say earlier in the game, the offensive line, we didn't do enough in the run game. I think we could have ran the ball a little bit better, especially in some of the 4-minute opportunities when they had base personnel. We would have got a few first downs that would have kept us out of those situations. So that's what, when something happens like this, I just try to look at what I can do and what the offensive line can do to help the team.
When Jude misses that extra point there, you obviously do the math and you know right away what's coming down here, right? So what was your feeling then?
I think everybody is in this together. This is a team. Everybody makes mistakes. It happens as part of football, but we just got to do better as a collective, finishing when it matters the most.
How hard is it to play offense in that fourth quarter when you're towing the line between like what's worked all game and trying to run out the clock? Because it almost seemed like you guys got away from what got you a 19-point lead.
Yeah, we had some game plan runs that we had for a situation like that, 4-minute offense, and it was a little bit, I guess, beyond 4 minutes. It was like 6 minutes left. And we had some game plan runs. Like I said, we just got to execute better up front. They did a good job stuffing us on those drives.
They talked a lot of trash, especially Benito this week. We didn't see you on Friday. Did that make its way to you? And was that any kind of, chip on your shoulder in this game?
I played the same, regardless of what's said online. You speak with your pads, and they won the game. So I'm not really, too focused on that. I just do what I can, try to get the group ready as a unit and, put the best film out there.
Andrew, what did Dart show you after the late interception to get you on a drive that actually put you ahead in the final moments of the game?
Yeah, key word that we talk about this year is reload. That's the mentality. Obviously, we had a turnover late in the game, but our intention was to go down and score, and we did that. We did a good job, made some plays for us, and I think he's going to, be a really good player for us in the future.
What did you think about that drive, that late drive? What stood out to you about that?
Just the tenacity that we had. I think because of the momentum shift, it's easy to put your head down. The momentum is going that way. The crowd is getting loud, but we fought as a unit and as a team, to come back, and we just got to finish back.
Can you, at 19-0 after 3 quarters, did you think this game was going exactly the way your defense wanted it to go?
You got to play to the end. At the end, we had too many critical mistakes, let them back in the game, didn't capitalize on their mistakes, and, they finished it.
With all that, you give up, Jaxson throws the interception, go ahead. But you guys went ahead. Jaxson let it drive, you guys went ahead. Did you think that was your chance on defense to finally,
Well, I think every chance, when you're out there on defense, you think, we're out there to defend. So, we didn't get it done.
Sorry. Obviously, this happened in Dallas. It happened here again today with allowing a late field goal drive like that. How discouraging is it that I'm sure you guys thought you had learned the fixes from that game,
Definitely not discouraged. Can't be. It's wrong.
You can't give up 25 straight points, bro, with a little over 5 minutes left to go in the game. I don't give a damn. You can't give up 25 straight points, bro. Come on, man. With just over 5 minutes remaining in the game, you give up 25. Man, that's video games type stuff. That's Madden football, man. What are we doing?
Season, long season. We got a lot ahead of us. We just got to keep working.
How do you, as an individual, and then you guys as a team, process a result like this after dominating them for so much of the game?
We just can't have that in the fourth quarter. I mean, that's the simplest thing I can say. We didn't finish in the fourth quarter.
What changed, Dexter? What changed?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know. Same people, same calls, same. I don't know.
Did you feel
Same people, same cause.
gassed a little bit as that game went on due to the altitude or anything of that nature?
I don't know. I can't speak for how everybody else feel.
You personally, then?
Not really. You know, feel like I got the same amount of snaps. Just got to finish, man. I can't give up 33 points in the fourth quarter. That's not good.
Dex, after giving up 30 and them taking the lead, you guys came down, Jackson let a drive and you guys went ahead. It's 35, 36 seconds left.
31.
30, yeah, after the kickoff, 31. You know that exactly number. They had no timeouts. Did you think, okay, this is our chance to finally finish this once and for all?
I mean, yeah. We thought that earlier in the fourth. They just caught some good passes. We can't make that up. Clocked the ball with 2 seconds. And that's what happened.
Do you think one play and you win? Somebody gets a sack, somebody gets a deflection. You made so many plays in this game, and it seems like you came one short.
I can't say that. I think it's more than just one play. It was. I don't know how many plays they had, but it's every play is impactful. You never know which play is going to be that play. So just got to go play hard, and we got to win that one.
Would you like, as a defensive player there, I mean, it's kind of similar to Dallas. Dave said it was a different play call with the first pass that they hit to kind of get in your field goal range. Would you like to bring pressure in those kind of situations as a defensive lineman? Would you like to bring pressure? Are you good with, rushing 3 or 4, whatever the call is in that regard? Where do you stand on that?
Leave that to the coaches.
Dex, was there a point in the game in the fourth quarter where you felt it spiraling?
Not really. I always felt like we could get a stop whenever we was on the field. They just made the plays they needed to make. I don't know, man.
We've been in this spot a few times where it's we're asking you about an improbable loss. I'm wondering if this one hurts anymore or feels any different because of what was at stake if you win. Like, all of a sudden you're 3 and 4, you've won 3 out of 4, maybe trades, playoff, all that stuff.
Yeah, this one probably hurt more than the other losses. This one hurt. This one hurt. This one hurt.
Do you similarly to Dallas? Does it remind you of that, or do you look at this two separate kind of things?
2 separate games. This one hurt. This one hurt.
Dex, when Jordan asked you the question about the coverage or the rush, you took a while, but you paused. There was a long pause there. Do you feel right now defensively, you guys are being put in the best position to have success in 2 games?
We was put in the best position all game. They just made the plays, contested catches. I mean, you saw what happened. Everything was contested.
You just take us through the emotions
Jaxson Dart.
at the end of that game, the swings.
Yeah. I think for right now, it's really frustrating, man. I'm trying to put it all together. We had chances to win the game, didn't do it. It's frustrating.
What happened on the interception?
One thing I gotta say this, man. If you watch Jaxson Dart, he's a hell of a football player, man. He's a hell of a quarterback. I believe he's going to do some great things, bar if he doesn't get any type of injuries, anything like that. So the guy has a good head on his shoulders. I don't have a problem with Jaxson Dart. My issue is with the media. And the reason why I say that is that Jaxson Dart does some fire celebrations after when they score touchdowns for his team. He be doing the dances and stuff like that. But when Shedeur Sanders have that, you know, he has the same swag. And when he does it, a lot of people in the media, you know, even former old players, they want to sit here and try to say that Shedeur Sanders is arrogant. And it just goes back to that old quote that, you know, it's cool when they do it, but when we do it, it's a problem. It's an issue with that, man. I have an issue with that. Period.
What did you see on that sequence where they brought the pressure?
My feet got a little stuck in the ground. I gotta be way better than that. I mean, that's unacceptable. Yeah, I gotta be better.
And after that, obviously, you guys let that drive down the field, and you had that big 4th and 19 to Wandale, I believe. So, I mean, how did you guys just try to get over it to lead that drive?
Well, we have. I never felt like we were going to lose the game. So, you know, I looked at the clock when they scored. I said, dang, we got a lot of time left. Geez, I had no doubt that we were going to go down there and score. But yeah.
Is this a tougher loss as you ever had?
I've had some tough ones. I just can't stand losing. So a loss hurts me the same every time I take one, you know?
Were you beating yourself up over the interception?
Yeah, absolutely. I can't do that. You know, we were in full control of the game. In that situation, you can't do that. So that was an unacceptable mistake by me.
What?
An unacceptable mistake.
Jaxson, as a competitor, how do you get back up? How do you find your way to get back up off of this? Because it's pretty clear, not just you, but that's a locker room that's hurting right now. I'm trying to figure out what just happened today.
Yeah, I mean, we play in 6 days, so you can't let one loss lead to another. You got to fix the things that you messed up on, and we got to finish games. I mean, we have to be able to finish the game. So we have good leaders on the team. We have good players. We have to find ways to finish the game and bounce back.
What did they do to make things tough on you? Obviously, you had some success, but what was the biggest challenges they posed?
Well, coming into the game, I knew that they were top 2 defense in the entire league, so I knew that it wasn't going to just be easy going out there. They do a lot of really good things, and they've given a lot of people a lot of fits. And, you know, looking back, when I try to reflect on the game, there's probably a few things where you're just like, yeah, like I wish, you know, would have made this decision or this decision. But, I mean, we had chances. We didn't finish the game.
And period. And, you know, at the end of the day, that's what it all boils down to, man. You got to make smart plays towards the end of the ball game. If you don't make smart plays, if you're not disciplined, if you're not focused enough and have that physical as well as the mental fortitude to be able to finish the game off at a very high level, you have to finish that game. There's no excuse for you to allow the Denver Broncos to score 25 straight points in the 4th quarter with only 5 minutes left to go in the game. There's no excuse. None. Let me give it one more time, man, before I go. Hey, man, y'all already know my motto, man. Keep your head on the swivel and be safe out there. It's real.
Waking up fresh, that's Kodak. Killing these niggas, you know that.